being like this, Candice. It's serious.
She crashed Barlow's car. Big wow. Go and tell your girlfriend about it.
I left her.
Well, don't think you can come running back to me, because you can't.
In the car. I left her in the car. It was wedged under this slurry. I couldn't breathe. I had to get out.
And then get Sarah out.
The car was mashed. I couldn't get to her. A bloke came from one of them burger vans.
So you left it?
She wasn't talking. Wasn't moving.
Well, was she breathing? You don't know, do you? I can't believe you!
Stop it! Stop it! I phoned an ambulance. I won't do that if I think she's dead. Candice, what are you doing?
Bring in the hospital, what do you think?
Hey, think! They'll suss you involved.
I wasn't involved.
Nobody went out in the car.
Well, then it made you crash it.
Nobody made Sarah want to get in the car. You wound her up till she was practically begging me.
Don't you dare twist things.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get things straight. Me, you and Sarah, we're in this mess together.
Thank you, Richard.
There you go. There's a machine there with sandwiches.
No.
You've not eaten since the plane, and then you only picked.
Plane? We were in Spain this morning.
Seems like a lifetime away.
Wish we hadn't gone. Feel like they're staring at us. They're the ones with the joyrider for a daughter. They don't think that. Oh, yes, they do.
She wasn't driving the car.
She was in it. She must have known it was Ken's, known it was stolen. What possessed her? Hasn't she been in enough trouble? How is she?
Well, we went ahead with the craniotomy. We've managed to drain the excess blood from around the brain.
And has it stopped the bleeding?
For now. We can't guarantee it won't start again spontaneously.
What then?
Well, then we'd have to review Sarah's condition. But for now, she's stable.
So when can we see her?
All three of you can't, I'm afraid.
Oh.
It's a risk of infection and so on. It is an intensive care unit. The rules are very strict.
Please, Doctor. I have to see her. She's my daughter.
Of course.
What time's your mum due back?
Half an hour or so. What are we going to do? Aid, what are we going to do? Well, we can't just pretend like it never happened.
Of course we can. Don't you listen?
I think you need to get yourself to the hospital as well. Well, the doctors then first thing. I mean, you hear about people walking away from a crash without a scratch on them, and an hour later they drop down dead.
Only in bad films.
Your funeral.
What are you doing?
Look, just go home, Aid.
Half an hour, you said.
Yeah, well, I don't want you here when my mum gets in. Come to think of it, I don't want you here at all.
We've got to sort this.
Look, we can't sort anything. It's down to Sarah and the doctors. And God.
Candice.
Look, just get out, Aid. And start praying, mate.
Have you ever seen anyone straight after major surgery?
No.
It's not pretty. Neurosurgery in particular.
Of course.
Now you also see lots of tubes. Feeding tubes, drugs, blood samples. A ventilator to help her breathe. Try not to be too put off. They are what'll help her through the night. It's still your daughter, Sarah, underneath.
When she comes out,
I'm sorry.
will she still be my Sarah? Will she be a stranger? She is a little girl. Bethany. If she comes out of this with brain damage.
There is that chance. You can only face it when he comes.
But you said the operation went well.
She's young. She's strong. We're optimistic.
You can't be sure.
I'm sorry.
Hello, love. It's Mum. Last time we were in hospital, you were having Bethany. It's a lifetime away. I was thinking, because I didn't know waiting room. Remember in the surgery? You told me you were pregnant. My baby. Pregnant. I thought it was the end of the world. It was nothing.
Don't tease him, Martin. I know what you're like.
Any more?
Let's see. 15-year-old girl, joyrider. Extradural hemorrhage. Went straight up to neuro. If she made it, she'll be in ICU. Oh, her name's Platt. First name, Sarah.
I don't believe it.
Martin, I'm sorry.
Martin, where have you been?
Well, finding out my daughter's in intensive care by a change of shift handover. Why didn't you ring me?
I've been here all night. I asked my man to tell
Well,
you.
Gail, did it not occur to you when I didn't come that she might have forgotten?
If you two are going to argue, do you mind doing it outside?
What's happened? They said she was a joyrider.
Don't know the details. We'd be more concerned about Sarah's condition.
Nobody's told us anything for hours. Any chance of finding out? She just... There's been no change.
Well, as you know, the operation went well. But, beyond that...
But is she still sedated or is she in a coma?
Bit of both, really.
So when's she going to wake up?
She's able to breathe for herself.
And afterwards? What if she can't?
Dad? She's alright, isn't she?
Look, she's had an operation. She'd hurt her head.
But she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, of course she is. She'll be fine.
Aidan Critchley.
Yeah?
I'm Sergeant Watts. This is PC Hotwood. We'd like to talk to you.
I'm Aiden's father. What's going on?
We'd just like to ask your son a few questions.
What you been up to now, you little beggar?
No.
You know Sarah Platt?
From school, yeah.
Thought she was your girlfriend.
Well, she likes to think so.
She was in a car accident last night.
What's this got to do with Aiden?
Is she okay?
I said...
She's in a coma, lad. She might not come round.
The car belonged to one of your teachers.
She was with a teacher?
We don't know. Whoever it was ran off and left her. Didn't care whether she lived or died. Didn't even bother calling an ambulance.
I was at home watching telly.
When did you last see Sarah?
Don't know, at school, I suppose.
Look, we're both right sorry for the lass, but Aiden's told you. He was here, watching telly, then he went to bed. So...
There'll be fingerprints. Perhaps Aidan would like to come to the station and give us a set. Then we won't need to bother him again if it's got nothing to do with him.
No, he's done nout. I don't want to put him through that. Sorry. So...
Okay. I'm sorry to turn up like this. How's Sarah?
Well, she's had bleeding between her skull and her brain. But I'm pretty sure that there wasn't any inside the brain.
Which is good.
Well, she is critical. She's in a coma. So, good's relative.
I'm so sorry.
What have the police said?
Well, they tell me what they know, I suppose. That Sarah was in the passenger seat of my car, and they don't know who was driving.
Did they ask if you did?
I said I didn't know.
But that sounds like you might know.
Well, I think we both know who it might be.
Aidan Critchley.
Hang on a minute. Is this 'cause he's her boyfriend or what?
Well, I think my car's been taken before and then put back in its place, but, well, as far as I can work out, it's his sort of little game.
Hang on a minute. You say your car's been taken before and you didn't tell the police?
Well, I did, last night.
Well, last night's a bit late, isn't it?
Yes, I was waiting. I wanted to have it out with him.
I don't believe this. You let a kid steal your car, and instead of informing the police straight away, you decide to give him a talking
Look,
to.
I do understand how you feel.
Yeah? My daughter's lying in there unable to breathe without the aid of a machine. She might not live. And if she does, she'll be nothing more than a vegetable. If you knew how I felt, you wouldn't be here in front of me.
Gail, that's just a
No,
bit
you're as
unfair.
bad as he is. You could have prevented this.
I'm so sorry.
Well, why don't you go in there and tell Sarah? She's the one in the coma. They do say she might be able to hear things, so why don't you go in there and tell her you're sorry? Or a 2-year-old daughter who might lose her mother.
I've come to see Sarah.
How do you know she was here?
Everybody knows. How is she?
Do you know who was in the car with her?
No.
Oh, I think you do. Aidan, her boyfriend. You seen him?
No.
I thought it'd have been to see her. I don't suppose you heard that the driver of the car ran off and left her.
Look, I don't know how, honestly. Oh, please just tell me how she is.
Okay. Sarah's in a coma. She might live, she might not. If she does, she might be brain damaged, she might not. Is that what you want to know?
Can I see her?
Do you understand the word coma?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll think about that a bit before the police come and ask if you know who was driving the car and left her for dead.
Please, can you give her these? You know, maybe put them by her bed. She'll be alright, won't she?
I'd best be getting back. Look, I know you'd like to go in there, but there's not really any point at the moment. It's a bit busy in there.
Is it all right to leave these?
Oh, she's not really allowed to have any stuff like that in there. Adds to the risk of infection, apparently. But listen, I'll let her know who brought them. When she's a bit better.
Do you think she will? You know,
Of course she will. Yeah, I mean, they're just keeping her asleep at the moment, you know, to give her a chance to recover.
You going home now?
I reckon so. Why? Do you want to come? Me and my mum will look after him.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying.
How about a drink then? They've got a cafe around here, haven't they? Come on.